Greetings everybody, we're back up to the loch again, and it's actually quite a cold morning just now. It's about 7, it was saying 7 degrees, may go up to about 9 today. It's not going to be as warm as it was the other day. I'm not going to fish one of the other club waters that's across the hill there. I'm not going to fish that maybe until it starts getting a wee bit warmer, but I'm coming back up to this long loch, which is one of my favourite lochs, and it's a hard loch to catch fish on, but it's always yielded me some nice fish over the years. We'll hit the other lochs as it gets a wee bit warmer, hopefully towards the end of the month into May and things like that. But the start of the season, I like to start off in this on this loch, and the reason why I like this loch is there's so many different sort of structures. You've got some nice bouldery banks, and you've got some little drop-offs and shelves that the fish like to patrol on. So today, what I did last night actually is I put my Connect Series 2, my Witchwood Connect Series 2 hover line onto my my Howdy ASR reel here, and that's a good line to use actually, because I was finding on the last week's video I'd lost like 4 flies on the midge tip, because you know there are boulders about, and I'd lost 4 of my hulks, which I was a bit peed off about. And the good thing with this new Connect Series 2 range that Witchwood have done is your hover line, like with your intermediates as well, they start to sink on a level plane, whereas obviously with the sink tip that I was fishing with, you know, that's going straight down with the cast on top of that. I was hooking into rocks. At least with this, it's just going to slowly go down together about an inch a second. And I'll just cut through that breeze that's coming through the loch. It's not as windy as it was last week, just a gentle breeze today. Again, I'm going to focus on the edges here. Going to stick with the flies that I had the other day. It's exactly the same cast. You can't see it here, but it's my little size 12 green arsed, UV fritzed, green and black bibio. It's a great fly for this loch. And then I've just got on the point fly my chartreuse green hulk. So yeah, we're going to give that a bash. I've got a range of lines with me. I've got my floater as well, but it's not going to be a floating line day today. I always like to scan the water. It's too early. Remember guys, it's, you know, start of April. I'm not expecting miracles, and if we can get a couple of fish today, I'll be happy with that. I've got the day. I mean, it's only back at 8 o'clock this morning, so it's 8:15. I've got right up until back at 3. The missus is putting a barbecue on, so I said I'd be home for 4 o'clock for beer and barbecue. So I'm in no rush. I've got the day. Taking some egg sandwiches with me today. She's gonna like me for that later on. Yeah, we're just going to enjoy. We're just going to pull some wet flies today, twiddle some wet flies, see if I can't intercept a fishy. It's a bit cold, but again, I'm at the most northerly point in the UK, guys. The weather's going to be a bit cooler for a while until we get into the month of May, and even May can be a cold month. But the sun's meant to be coming out later on. It's meant to be bright sunshine from about 10 o'clock right through till about 2 in the afternoon, so that's going to beat down on the loch. That'll start to warm up the layers, and yeah, I'm not going to fish this bank quite just yet. It's quite a deep bank over here actually. I'm not joking. You could be like 4 feet out from the bank and you're already up to about 3.5, 4 feet of water. It just shelves down, whereas the opposite bank over here is a lot more shallower. So what I'm planning on doing is what I did the other day. I'm going to get to the opposite bank, and I'm just going to fish along this shoreline here, get to a few of these little points, these little promontories over there, blast it out and see what happens. So traditional sort of pulling tactics basically for this time of year, and yeah, sit down and enjoy the video. Thanks to all the new subscribers that have come on board. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate every single one of you that leaves a comment on my videos. You know, you all know I get back to you as soon as I can. Apologies if I'm a bit delayed in getting back. You know, I've got kids as well and a dog, so home life can be a bit hectic, but I do appreciate every single one of you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Sit down, relax, and let's go and see if we can try and get a fish. Oh, before I do that actually, just want to show you quickly about my setup. I've obviously got my usual waistcoat on here. I've got a wading belt with my O-Pros rod holder. It's a great little thing, this. And also, because I get back problems, this has got a bit of lumbar support on it. And I've got my little Grays scoop net attached on the magnet. It's a great little wading belt. I can't remember where I got this from. It's got a bunch of D-rings all the way around it, like, so yeah. Got my O-Pro rod holder here, and yeah, and just my usual sort of kit. And I've just changed I've spent a few few hours sorting out my Loch boxes for this season, so I've got all my Loch flies sorted out. All the still water flies have gone into the cupboard for a few months. Anyway, rabbiting on, let's go and catch a fish. Enjoy. Right, let's see how we fare, folkies. Just opposite my car. Just fish this hover line through the margins. It is quite shallow, so I really don't want to let these flies sink for too long along here. You never know. I've been along the shoreline before in the past where I've hooked into 1.5 pound fish on my first cast before. It's great when that happens, but it is cold and I'm not expecting a lot of fish first thing in the morning here because it is cold. Once the season progresses, then the mornings can be bloody lethal here, but yeah, we'll just see how we fare. I've got my midge tip line if I feel that I need to switch to that as well, but to be brutally honest with you, this Witchwood hover line takes a while to settle into the water, to be honest with you. It says it's meant to sink at 1 inch a second, right? But it just sort of sits on the surface. Just let those flies settle and I'll give it a wee tug. Just to try and that's it, make it break surface. There we go. No, well, it's not really sinking, but well, 10 minutes in, folks, but again, like I say, I'm not expecting miracles. I've just moved from just down past that hump over there, and I've fan casted that direction for about 3 times. Taken a couple of steps, fan casted that area 3 times. So slowly working my way across this shoreline here just now. Overline's starting to sink nicely now, actually. It takes a few casts for it to start to bed into the water. Right. Boop. As far out as I want to put it. I'm not going to put it any further out than that. Just count it down. Quick pull. There we go. That line's starting to sink. Yeah, perfect. It's starting to behave itself now. That's more like it. I'll just take a few more steps so I'm in line with it. Speed it up. Slow it down. Speed it up. Slow it down. So yeah, I'll just keep doing this, folkies, until I reach to that far end point over there. And if I get a fish, I'll turn the camera on. Well, nothing so far, folks. I've been here for an hour. Not a thing. I've seen one rise. So I'm gonna go and change to some nymphs. This is my box of some of my cruncher nymphs I've got in here. And there's a few not dog nobblers, a couple of bloody, what do you call them? Woolly buggers in here. Just got a string of snatchers and a few snatchers, Kate McLaren snatchers, Burial snatchers, just some usual sort of little olive snatchers, some beetles and a couple of gold heads or rose bead heads. I'm going to put on a couple of nymphs on the hover tip. I'm just going to put on one of these ones, little rose beaded pink tagged hairs here, and see if I kind of wangle something on that. on the hover line. Again, I'm not going to be sticking a floater rod. It's too cold for that right now. We'll give it a try. See if this nymph can get me something. Yes. Oh, we'll get it there, boy. Just twiddling my nymph through there. I think he's taking my olive cruncher nymph. That was a good solid hit. There's a bit of weeding about there though, but that's cool. Yeah, there's a bit of weeding about in there. Brilliant. Bit of weeding about in there, look. That's cool. That was a good thump. Oh, he's one of the wilder fish. Oh. Come here, you. Hey. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Get all that cabbage off you there, boy. Oh, you really are wrapped up in the cast there, like. Look at that, folkies. Nice little trouty. Look at that. Nice wee trout. Brilliant. Right, get you back. There we go, folkies. He's just sitting there breathing away there. Lovely. Lovely wee trout. Thank you for taking my fly, mister. Off you go. Yeah. Great. We've now got a bloody fankle to sort out. Hey ho. Dem's the brakes. I was just speaking to myself there, folkies. I thought there's always fish along here, and I just thud. I think that is taken my wee black beetle. Yeah, I was just speaking to myself. I was casting today. I thought there's always fish along here, and the moment I said that, dunk. Yep, my little black beetle, little foam beetle. I'm trying out some of my old flies from one of my old fly boxes that I tied up about 10 years ago that I haven't used in donkey's years, because they used to catch me all the fish on this loch, and I thought, do you know what, Ross, stop being fancy with all your fancy flies. A beetle and a nymph is what I used to fish in this loch for many years, and it yielded me rakes of fish, and that is just proving my point right there. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Just sit there all down gently in the gorse bush there. Oh, there's a rock here, I can just sit in this rock. Oh, another nice little fishy. Nothing huge, but I will take there's a little foam beetle. Right in his gob there. Lovely. Right, let's just get you back, mister. There, it's just on the side of the mouth there. Oh, hold still. I'll get you back in a second, chap. Just hold your leash, man. Come on, come on. Right, there we go. But I'll show you, folkies. Slacking this GoPro down a bit. Right, just a little foam. I tied these up years ago. I've got about 10 of them. Just a little foam shell beetle on the point. Now, I've had one on the beetle and one on my olive cruncher. Lovely. We'll look for the camera for you, and then we'll slip you back. Not a massive fish, but I don't care. I love all my little brown trout. Look at that. Look at that. Lovely little fishy there. Hey. Beautiful. See you, pal. Thanks for that. Off you go. Well, I'm having a well-deserved break. So I've had 2 fish in the 3 hours I've been out here, which is not too bad. I went round to that bay over yonder, and I got bumped by 1 fish, but that was about it. So I'm just going to have a quick sarnie. I'm going to fish like go back to a beetle and a nymph. There's a lot more shelters along here. so I might just cast out another nymph and a beetle. I was trying a couple of muddlers there in the other bay where the waves are coming down, but yeah, I lost two flies in the rocks. So I'm gonna nymph and beetle it, and then just focus along here in these little sheltered areas. See if I can't wangle out another wee fish in the shallows. So I'll finish my lunch and we'll get back to it. Early season, you're not going to get lots of fish at this time of year, but we've done alright so far. Well, folkies, that's the end of this video. Bit of a difficult day, but listen, we can't complain. It's still very early, first week of April, especially this far north. The air temperature went to about 10 degrees maximum. I'd seen a whole bunch of fish leaping vertically out the water. There was no fly activity at all, so the only thing I can think of is they're either trying to clean their gills or they're trying to adjust their swim bladders. There was a slight drop in the barometric pressure today, so I would have been playing havoc with their swim bladders. They were leaping straight out vertically, about a foot out the water and crashing on the surface. But yeah, we were lucky to get a couple of fish. Early days, you know, you're not going to get baskets of them. So I hope you've enjoyed this little video again, folkies. I very much appreciate you guys and girls watching this. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe. Share it to your friends. Subscription is free. Just get to watch my videos when I upload them. So yeah, hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. And I'll catch you out soon when I'm out fishing again. Hopefully next weekend. Take care. Ta-da.